Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, December 22nd, 2015. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your PushButtonStockTrading.com daily video market review. Much of what we do at Push Button Stock Trading is based in full or in part on William O'Neill's classic book, How to Make Money in Stocks. O'Neill utilizes the acronym CANSLIM to identify the important elements of what he's looking for in a trade. The N in CANSLIM stands for new products, new management, or new high prices, and reminds us that we should be looking for something new in the stocks that we buy that can sustain earnings growth into the future. The L in CANSLIM stands for leader or laggard, and it's important that we identify where the leadership in the market is. To that end, we use HGSI, High Growth Stock Investors, Spectrum Analyzer to identify market leadership on a daily basis. So let's get started with that. Yesterday, of the top 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups, 10 came from the specialty pharmaceutical industry, 7 from the semiconductor industry, including Avgo Technologies, which is one of our universal watch list stocks. Avgo broke above this downtrend recently and now appears to be putting in a handle in a cup and handle base. Next, we have renewable energy with 6 stocks in the top 100, biotech with 6 stocks, and then rounding out the top 5, we have managed healthcare, also with 6 stocks in the top 100. Let's get started today by taking a quick look at the Russell 2000. As you know, we've been watching the Russell 2000. I believe that the Russell 2000 is the key to this market. Russell has been struggling with support resistance down here in the 1141 area. It's been respecting this trend line, but until we actually take out resistance up here in the 1205 area, this market's pretty much in limbo. So the first thing we want to see is the Russell take out resistance here in the 1141 area, and then ultimately up here in the 1205 area. Let's see what the NASDAQ Composite's up to. But before we do, the M in the CANSLIM acronym stands for market. And to my way of thinking, that's the most important element. So let's take a brief look at the market. According to our market timing model, the market's back on an aggressive buy signal. An aggressive buy signal indicates that aggressive traders can buy stocks but should not be employing margin. More conservative traders should continue to accumulate cash. Markets traded higher yesterday on a late day surge in buying. Trading volume was light on both the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange, advancing issues bettered decliners but by a less than 2-to-1 margin, while new highs continued to lag new lows by a fair margin. According to our Ramosi ratio, small capitalization stocks edged large Monday, but large caps continue to outperform on a 10-day moving average basis. Small caps typically outperform in bull markets. Our swing timing model has bounced back to a neutral condition on the market. Okay, the NASDAQ Composite yesterday was up 45.85 points or 0.93%. We closed at 49.68. Trading volume was very light. It was well below average and certainly below Friday's options expiration volume. For you followers of William O'Neill, we are in an uptrend under pressure. The market has been in an uptrend since December 17th. Right now, the NASDAQ is bracketed by support down here in the 4900 area and resistance up here in the 5164 range. But we are struggling with resistance at the 200-day moving average right now, and ultimately we'll be struggling with resistance up here at the 50-day moving average. And that's a little bit of a concern to the bulls. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. S&P yesterday was up 15.6 points or 0.78%. We closed at 2021. Trading volume was just a shade below average and well below the prior day's distribution volume. The S&P is in an uptrend under pressure. We've been in an uptrend since December 17th. Right now, the S&P is bracketed by support down here in the 1993 area and resistance up here in the 2044 range. I still haven't changed this from support to resistance, but it is in fact resistance. Our market timing model right now is on a primary sell signal, but we have an aggressive buy signal right here, which indicates that aggressive traders can buy stocks here, but shouldn't employ margin. More conservative traders should continue to accumulate cash. Before we go, I want to take a quick look at a couple of stocks. To do that, I want to switch over to a different chart. What we're looking at here is Facebook. We bought Facebook last week on this close above this trend line. Keep in mind, as traders, our primary goal isn't necessarily to make profits. Our primary goal is to minimize losses. And if we minimize our losses, the profits will eventually take care of themselves. We bought Facebook on the break above this trend line. We bought it right here at the open. On Friday, Facebook closed below its 21-day exponential moving average. We show the 21-day exponential moving average in pink. We closed down here. A close below the 21-day exponential moving average at a price lower than our purchase price triggers a stop. And so we entered a stop at the low of this bar. Yesterday, we triggered that stop and we're stopped out of Facebook with a little bit of a loss, about a 3% loss on the position. That's a loss that I'm willing to take because I don't mind taking small losses to avoid taking big losses. Let's take a look at Palo Alto Networks. Palo Alto also on Friday closed below its 21-day exponential moving average. We had a small loss in the position, and so we put our stop loss in at the low of the trading day that day. Yesterday we triggered that stop loss and took about a 1.07% loss in the stock. Again, we don't mind taking small losses as long as they don't turn into big losses. 1% loss is easy to make up in the market. If Palo Alto had gotten away from us and we had taken a 10 or a 20% loss, it would have been much harder to make up. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. Please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & Licours, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push-button stock trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push-button stock trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push-button stock trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push-button stock trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push-button stock trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.